17 interesting facts about Antarctica. Antarctica, the world's most beautiful southernmost continent, should be on the top of everyone's must-visit list. This unique continent is covered with an ice sheet and has the lowest number of permanent residents in the country. Antarctica is unbelievably one of the most amazing places, which could be visited by humans, but it is advised to visit the place with a responsible travel guide for a comfortable and convenient tour. Starting from the incredibly drawn natural glaciers, largest icebergs, exotically beautiful wildlife, to exceptionally created residential areas, this unparalleled beautiful continent is full of some exciting places and facts that will make you fall in love completely with this nature's bounty. Here are some of the most interesting facts about Antarctica that can fascinate you to hop on this cool continent. Be sure to subscribe to Inspirich and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos. Number 17. Loss of 3 trillion ice. According to the research, in the last 25 years, the Antarctic ice shelves region has lost 3 trillion tons of ice to global warming, and the number is expected to hike up in the coming years because of the continuous weather changes. The major reason for scientists to worry is the ice sills melting that keep the glacier firm and stable, binding them together. But they melt, the sill becomes weak and thin, and the chances of further breakdown increases. This results in ice sills jutting and falling into the ocean. Sadly, every year, the region is losing up to 241 billion tons, making the condition worse. Number 16. The only state without snakes and reptiles. No doubt that the icy region of Antarctica is full of some cute penguins and seals, which are always seen playing by the shore. But it is great to know the region of Antarctica is also snake-free. Though creatures like snakes are found in almost every continent, they are least common in Antarctica. Snakes are inhabitants of changing their body temperatures according to the environment temperature. They also find the need to hibernate in cold weathers, as if they cannot survive on cold and frozen grounds and undergrounds is the reason why this continent is a snake-free zone. However, the tourists should never be able to find any other reptiles in the state because of the extremely harsh weather conditions, which make the breeding procedure difficult for them. On the other hand, Antarctica is home to more than 17 different types of species that are responsible for keeping the wildlife alive in the region. Number 15. No ants in Antarctica. This fact will surely chill you down. As we all know that ants are quite the travelers, but the most unbelievable and interesting facts about Antarctica is that the region is potentially free from any kind of ant species. Almost all parts of the world are perfectly conquered and colonized by ants of different types. However, ants just couldn't bear the rising temperatures of the state, therefore they decided not to come. According to the researchers, the continuous rise in the temperature makes the survival of ants difficult in the region by freezing their wings or their feet. This fascinating ant fact is very surprising in Antarctica. Number 14. Active volcanoes. Volcanologists discovered 91 volcanoes under the Arctic ice sheets. The Antarctic region consists of active volcanoes, which are always spitting out the molten rocks, producing the lava lake, and bubbling based on the changes in the weather. There are 2 active volcanoes in Antarctica. One is found at Mount Erebus, which is said to be one of the deepest mountains in that region, with 927 centigrade lava lakes, rising 3,794 meters. And 12,477 feet above the ice in Antarctica. The second active volcano is in the Deception Island at the southeast of Cape Horn. It is famous for its largest eruption in the Antarctic zone. Number 13. The lowest surface temperature. It won't be wrong to state that every year Antarctica surprises the researchers with some newer findings. Antarctica is extremely cold. During the 2000s, the researchers recorded the lowest temperature on Earth's surface at -93, and it was claimed that the number was the lowest in the world's history. However, during another survey in recent years, The researchers recorded the extreme coldest temperature ever recorded, -98 degrees, during the polar winter nights, making it the record-breaking lowest surface temperature ever witnessed. Number 12. The existence of 300 lakes under the ice sheet. Glaciologists say that there is a clear evidence of water present under the ice sheets of Antarctica. One of the most interesting facts about Antarctica is that it consists of a complete ice sheet that has more than 300 lakes beneath it. The lakes are situated under the sheet, and they never froze because of the geothermal powers of nature, which help to provide the heat. The gravitational pressure also reduces the pressure of ice melting, so visitors can easily identify more than 300 lakes in different parts of the region, which will be covered by a thin ice sheet. Number 11. No sled dogs in Antarctica. Dogs were kept and used in Antarctica for years, but it is quite interesting to observe that the people visiting Antarctica would never be able to see sled dogs in the region because the local government in 1993 permanently banned them. The reason for the ban is linked with protecting the wildlife of the region and also to control the chances of canine temper transmission, which is carried by the sled dogs. Number 10. 2 civilian towns. Although the number of residents in Antarctica is almost near to zero, still the country consists of 2 larger civilian towns named Chilean Villa Las Estrellas Base and Argentinian Esperanza Base. Both the civilian towns have all the important facilities such as hospitals, schools, mobile coverage centers, and postal services. Chilean Villa Las Estrellas Base has become one place of interest for tourists. One town is also situated in State McMurdo, which is commonly referred to as an unreachable one because of the airport being dangerous to land at and inaccessible road routes which can cause several issues for visitors. Number 9. The biggest iceberg in the world. Antarctica consists of one of the biggest icebergs ever recorded in the world, which was 213 miles long and 23 miles wide, making it the enormously large one. The iceberg was labeled as B-15, which was later broken into smaller pieces back in 2000. The largest piece was then labeled as B-15A. In October 2005, B-15 also floated from the Ross Island into the Ross Sea and moved towards the north, where it was further broken into tiny, numerous icebergs. The swimmers who are planning to try out swimming in the icy ocean anytime soon can also encounter some of the remains of B-15 on their way. Number 8. The secret and special road to Russia. If you are the traveler who just couldn't stay in one place and who always wants to explore the world by road, then you should try giving a chance to a secret and special road route which connects Antarctica and Russia. Although the Siberian road to Yakutsk is a little hard to cover because it's always full of ice, a try wouldn't cost you a lot. Number 7. No official time zones of Antarctica. Antarctica indeed consists of no official time zones. It can be located in all time zones. Since the country consists of no permanent population, therefore no time zone is followed in particular. Most of the stations tend to use their local time zones, or the time zones of the nearest country. For example, the McMurdo Airport and Station uses the time zone of New Zealand. Similarly, for communication purposes, the time zones of the opposite country are followed. Number 6. The thickness of the ice sheet. It is interesting to know that due to the association of the country with the southern region of the world, the thickness of the ice sheets is comparatively bigger than other colder regions of the world. This mass of glacial ice that covers a very large area has the average thickness that can go up to 1 mile, 2,160 meters. And under extreme conditions, the researchers believe that it can also go up to 3 miles, forming unbelievably large sheets. Number 5. 70% of the world's fresh water. It's the beauty of nature that 90% of the world's ice sheet is in Antarctica, and 70% of the fresh water is found in the same region. The researchers believe if all the ice in Antarctica gets melted, it can increase the sea level all around the world by 200 feet, which is deemed to be dangerous. Number 4. Deep lake in Antarctica. One miraculous thing to know about Antarctica is that it consists of hundreds of lakes, but the world's deepest lake, Lake Vostok, resides in this continent. The lake is 2,625 feet deep. Although the lake is referred to as the least productive one when it comes to its overall contribution to the ecosystem, however, it is still impossible to ignore its remarkable features. This largest volumetric 800-meter deep Lake Vostok is said to be 10 times saltier than the seawater and even the Dead Sea. The levels of salinity tends to keep the lake liquid, even under extreme cold weather conditions. Number 3. Meteorites. Meteorites falling all over the world is common, but Antarctica is one of the countries in the world that has the highest amount of showering meteorites. Meteorites attract scientists to spot and collect them in the astounding beauty of Antarctica. However, different climate changes can impact their visibility. Since the climate of Antarctica is very dry, therefore they can be seen more on the ice paths or surface, which consists of a high amount of white lining. Number 2. Bloodfall in Antarctica. The bizarre red bloody water flowing in Antarctica is not real blood. Geologists found it is the remains of the brine lakes, which was formed due to the disruption of the sea level. After millions of years, the glacier was formed on the lake, which made the lake saltier and changed its color due to the chemical reactions. Now the lake is 3 times saltier than the seawater and consists of unusually blood red to blood brown colors. Number 1. No rain or snow in Antarctica for 2 million years. Antarctica has its own unique climate. Most of the precipitation falls as snow, and rainfalls rarely occur. According to the researchers, a thick sheet of snow covers 99% of Antarctica that does not melt. However, 1% of the land consists of the desert dry place, which is commonly referred to as the dry valley. Only a very few people are aware of the fact that Antarctica is also a dry desert, which hasn't received any kind of rain or snowfall for 2 million years. Most people hold the opinion that climate change could hurt Antarctica, leading to a 25% expansion in the ice-free zone. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel.